How's it going, folks? My name is Charles J Films. If you're subscribed, you can call me CJ. I know it has been a while since I posted a video. I'm definitely trying to make this more consistent and yada yada. You already know the whole spiel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I posted on my Instagram if you are willing to take critiques on your videos. Keep in mind I will be going pretty hard. Send me a DM. And I had a few commendable videographers hit me up. I was really surprised, but they are eager to get some feedback, and I'm excited to dive into those and see what's going on. But keep in mind, these will be harsh.
I'm not playing around.
As anyone who's really serious about their craft, critiques should be welcomed. I've had examples in my past where artists have told me they flat out didn't like a video, and that only pushed me harder to, evolve my craft and make it something that, I know it could be. Just because if you can envision it, then you're already halfway there. So this is really, meant to be informative. No shade on any of the videographers that participated. They're all amazing videographers. Obviously, everyone can improve. We're actually going to start off with one of my old videos, laugh at that a little bit going into it. It's all fun. Yeah, I guess I don't really know how to segue into this, so I'm just going to turn around. This one was done 3 years ago. I did this one for free, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I want to say I did this one for free. Not much to say. Yeah, this is when I went by CJ. Yeah, so did you see that? Look at the footage that I used under that flex symbol was literally just, I'm pretty sure I was stabilizing my camera and I had it recording. Yeah, because there's nothing behind that. It's all overexposed too. I don't know why I had it so exposed. Oh, look at that stability. Yeah, wow. Can't even see the detail on the rock. Look at how desaturated it is. Alright, finally. Oh my lord. Oh man. I mean, it's really a lot of the same throughout the rest of the video. What was that? Did you see that? What was that? Some trees. I had to fill in some gaps, man. Oh man. All right. So that's pretty much it. It really is a very 2D video. Clearly I wasn't that experienced. Anyways, we're gonna jump right into the first video. This one is by NORTHKLUB. He is a Portland videographer. Shout out to him for sending me the video. I've been following this guy for a minute. He definitely does some clean work. He wanted me to do a critique on his music video Murder for the artist Drippy. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, low shutter speed intro. Good. Pretty stylish. So I will say, those paper intros are honestly a pet peeve of mine. It's like, there's often like, there's always gonna be those trends that in videography that just like blow up and everybody uses. Not all the time is it bad to use it. I would just say, put your own spin on it. Like this one is actually a pretty original one. Actually, I will say now that I'm looking at it, because you use actual footage from your video, so that's actually pretty cool. If those are ripped dollar bills, I would have taken some points off for that. But no, actually that's actually kind of cool. You definitely composited this yourself. That's dope. Props. I would have had that cut out like maybe a second sooner, the intro. Artist is fire. Okay, your transitions, I see it. I like how you're keeping it like the mirrors. That way the transitions actually have some kind of connection. One thing I hate about those white transitions is when people like go into just some random shit, like into a headlight. I've seen that before. And then coming out of a window or something, or a mirror or something like that. Like you definitely gotta connect those transitions, especially when they're fast movements, because the audience is gonna be thinking about the last thing. So the next thing you want to show them is something at least connected to the last thing that they're thinking about. can't even really hate on this. Only thing I'll say is a lot of recycled sets, because we're about halfway in, and we haven't really. This is a new shot, so this is a new introduction, but you want to kind of get some pop going about this halfway point, because obviously people have short attention spans nowadays, and you want to give them another reason to stay in the video. Song's fire. Yeah, this whole shot is kind of iffy at this point. Alright, so definitely a solid video. Definitely a long. I'm gonna like that for sure. I'm already subscribed, but yeah, that was legit. That was definitely legit. I can see that you definitely put some time into that. If I had to say anything, I would say you want to mix up your shots a little bit more. I don't mean by effects. I mean by switching up, giving us something new to look at. Like even if it's an outfit change, that actually helps a lot too. Just to keep them engaged. Perks their brain a little bit for them to want to continue watching. Not saying that I didn't want to continue watching, but it's different for someone who doesn't know either the artist or you. They're not sold on either of you, so you only have the content to lean on at that point. Song was fire. That definitely helped with those transitions. You definitely matched the hypeness of the beat, your edits and transitions. But overall, I will say a solid 7.5 out of 10. That was decent. Appreciate you for submitting that. So we're gonna go on to the next video. This one is shot by Tristan. He is another Portland videographer. Shout out to him, for sending in this video. You can see their ats at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, so let's just jump right into it. This one is called Doomsday for the artist Cardiac. That was a cool shot. Very cool shot. The first shot, that was nice. And I like how you made it quick on it. Doing some 3D title sequences. I like it. Effects were interesting. Alright, nice. That was cool. That was fresh. I like your eye out of the box. I like it. That was clean. I'm actually going to run that back. That spin shot was nice. Ooh. I love that cancer at the end too. Alright, so yeah, it was 100% a one location video. That was actually very solid for a one location video. You definitely kept it interesting. I noticed that you tried to do a little bit more effects toward the second half to try to keep people, hooked. I like the overall vibe, I guess. Alright, so I don't know if I would have done this. Only reason I'm saying that is because you're already really challenged with your lighting. You got, just 1 point street light, high up, ugly yellow. I hate street light yellow. Then you got these evenly lit dirt plumes, whatever you call them, explosions. Doesn't fit. I think if you would have really wanted to go with that, you should have done some kind of filter overlay to make the rest even. Just because that does take you out of it. It just clearly looks like a 3D asset. Not bad. Your tracking is on point. I will say that. Working with your limitations, it's more about figuring out what you can do that wouldn't take away from the video. You never really want to force an effect for the sake of, trying to fill up space or any other reason like that. It should always be adding to the overall feel for it. It's a decent video. I see where your limitations were, and I've definitely been there before. Just one simple thing that you could have probably done to make this whole video a little bit more interesting and honestly a little bit easier to edit. You should have sped up this guy's track 50% faster, and then when you go to edit it, you just stretch it out 50% slower, and he'll be in slow motion, but his voice will be, talking at the same rate. That's a little tip, so you should subscribe for that. Because if you do, there's gonna be a lot more like that. But that effect is really, really useful. I think a really good example of it that I know of. What the heck's this guy's name? Oh, here it is. This is the video. So this video does it perfectly. Guarantee he was doing He had to sped this up like 75% to get it this slow, because this guy was almost still. All right, you get it. Back to Shot by Tristan. I give this video a 5.5 out of 10. I know that sounds rough, but there's a lot of different ways that are a lot easier than you may think that could spice up your video without detracting from the overall vibe. I personally would have leaned in more to the Doomsday. You know, you had this yellow effect going on. You could have easily done a hue shifter and made that red. That kind of would have been hard too. That's really all I have to say about that. Definitely solid. You definitely killed it with what you had available, and you know, that deserves all the respect. So thank you for sending that in, and we're on to the final video for today. So this next one is from Ben Cinematic. He's out from Kansas City. Shout out. Thank you for submitting this. Great videographer. I've been following him for a while. He said he wanted, you know, some honest opinions and critiques. So we're going to jump right into it and give him just that. Okay, Black Lives Matter video. People disrespect their vows, disrespect their spouse and wedding rings. People ruin everything. Change the premise of his laws and we celebrate our flow. People ruin everything. Thank you, J. Cole, Jordan Lucas. Thank you, Bizzle, cause I do this. And it's good to hear good lyricists among. I'm gonna try not to talk about the music because that's not what we're here for. It's just dang, man. Is she shaking her head because she saw more trash, or is she shaking her head because like that was clearly trash? So she's not even gonna pick it up. She's like, damn, state of him. And for the win not to hit that and turn the page. I see what you were trying to do. I'm just obviously poking a little fun. What I would have done for this premise part right here is, you know, she's cleaning up and she should just stumble upon the magazine, and you know, as she's about to put it into the trash, it opens up to that. So she's holding that page and she didn't, you know she was, but it flips open as she's about to put it in the bag and she sees it, and then, you know, you get a reaction and then she puts it in the bag. I think that would have been definitely a more effective way to go about that message. Reason being is because she walks away. She doesn't even pick up this trash. Like, if any of the trash has bad news, does she just stay away from it? She's like, nah, bad vibes. Bad vibes. All right, so let's continue. Okay, all right. I spoke way too soon. Now she's reading it. This is a really clean trash magazine. So we'll leave the condition of the magazine aside, but that is important. You always want to be able to envelop people into your world every little bit that you can. So I would have crinkled that up a little bit, at least. Also, bigger bag. That's another thing. I think we'll get to that in a second. I think she should have had a bigger bag. Maybe even that whole crew. It doesn't really give her the image of like, oh, I'm trying to help. It really is more like, man, fuck these people. I always picking up they fucking garbage. Like she's not asking for help or anything like that. So it doesn't sound like a movement, or it doesn't seem like a movement. And she's out there with a grocery bag and not a trash bag. So how much does she even really plan on picking up? Probably not that much, unless she just has a bunch of grocery bags. I mean, a lot of people do. A lot of people have a bunch of, I know I have hundreds of grocery bags I don't use, but trash bag would have definitely sold that a little bit better. But, and then the Beware of Blacks. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't happen, but it looks like you guys bought this for the video. So I would have just went all in and just painted something over the dog thing, or like scratched something in just to make it look more deliberate, like there was some kind of like malice behind it, you know what I mean? But just putting masking tape over it, just, you know, yeah. It looks so perfect, and you know, it definitely just feels set up. Yeah, not saying this doesn't exist, but you want to tell a story within that, you know what I mean? Like, she should have just tore that whole thing down. Okay, so this is a mistake I've made before too. This right here, a really easy fix is to just put, you know, take the solid color black thing, just crop out your letterbox like that. Reason being is you'll have that over all of the footage, so any effects that you have like this won't be going over that layer as long as you have that as the topmost layer. You know, this was, man, I would have tried to gone for something different. I don't know what the shooting star was supposed to be for. How does a shooting star look in broad daylight? Let me see that. That looked more like a meteor. Like she should be running for her life. That looked like that was gonna kill the whole city. Okay, so they are meteors. I mean, of course, I knew that. I knew that. They weren't literal stars. So you definitely should have looked at some reference footage like this. You know, use some side-by-sides. You'll be able to see. I will just say this at this point. Obviously, this is a chroma key element that you put in there. I don't think those are the best. I mean, when it comes to certain things like, you know, like and subscribe, any of that's fine. But for videos, I at least usually go for generated stuff, AI generated, or messing with sliders to get a certain effect. There's a lot of plugins that allow you to do a free one, Particle Illusion, not a sponsor, but it's a legit program. It's a free program. You literally can make those elements for free, again, make those elements, and then you can put that black background so you can composite into your footage and have it look a lot better there. That's what I would have done right there. Not really sure what it's supposed to symbolize. I was just talking about the effect itself. I want to roast this guy. Y'all ever saw Never Back Down? Dance into their demise, led to the slaughterhouse, but with plans to get a prize. We gave them all the eats, but yeah, I mean, I think you should have cut this sooner. We didn't need to sit there that long. Everyone knows what this shot is, so anything that's like implied or that's usually general knowledge, you don't necessarily have to spend so much time on it, because obviously people know exactly what so that was almost 10 seconds. That was a lot of time to be looking at that. I mean, obviously it's just not pleasant footage either. So you don't really want people to turn away from the video, because people can obviously do that. I would have done this for like maybe 3 seconds at most. Don't believe that what you speak can pay your way into the pits, not understanding when you call, you held accountable for your spits. Blessed with the gift of speech. Okay. So that's a pet peeve of mine, the swaying back and forth. I don't know why people do it, but it's not cinematic. Let's take a step back really quick. So when you think of a photo, right? A good photo captures a story. Hopefully I find something that's actually good. So like, yeah, they can capture moments, you know what I mean? Capture a story, capture an idea, a feeling, you know what I mean? And you want to look at your shots the same way. You want to look at a video not exactly, but you want to look at it kind of through the same lens. The only thing with video is you have to worry about a beginning, a middle, and end. If your shot's not carrying through, then it feels stale because you don't have much substance. Like the shot has to speak to us as well. So like if someone is being deep and emotional, maybe like a slow pan in would be good. Something that really gets you into the character. Like those kind of cinematography tricks are very helpful for displaying what the person is talking about, but swaying back and forth, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure what we were supposed to get from that, but carrying on. I like his sound. His voice sounds good. But that wasn't a person. That was a meteor. That should have done way more damage, mind you. And he's just walking away. So you definitely could have done without the lightning. That would have been much bigger if it hit the building. That would have been much bigger. Oh man. If it's gonna blow up the house, I would have just stayed away from that shot. I would have just stayed away from it because like you weren't really focused. You were focused in on this car. Nothing going on with the actual building itself getting hit besides an overlay of instantaneous fire and smoke. You know, that cloud out there as well clearly doesn't fit in with any of the other clouds. I would have just taken the cloud out if you wanted that lightning in there, but that lightning didn't really make much sense either. Like, if this man saw this really happen as well. Damn. I'm out. He just walks away, posted it on Twitter. Oh man, she really committed to that one. She really committed to that last shot. Yes, Black Lives do matter. Message aside, dang man, her chorus. If I just listened to the song and didn't watch the video, I would not have thought it was a Black Lives Matter song. I probably could have gotten those messages, but I mean, those insinuations, those small lines, that wasn't the overarching theme for the video. And she was just saying people ruin everything. But then a meteor is what is what ruined everything at the end, and you know, that didn't really make much sense. That wasn't a person. That was nature. You want the song and the video to be like this. So that's just really it. That's just how you get a good video, a good music video at least. I'm being honest. I give this probably I want to say a 3.5 out of 10. Just a few parts. It's not just one area, you know. Seems stale. It could be the song as well, but I mean, obviously the song doesn't help, but neither do the effects. So yeah, I have to sit at 3.5. Definitely get particle illusion. That will definitely help, because your composites will look a lot cleaner as well, because you're not worried about resolution from, you know, the other footage, because it's all like it's embedded into the actual file. So thank you so much for submitting that video, Ben. I want to see the progress. I want you to come back. I want to make this a series. But yeah, thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much, Tristan. Thank you so much, Max. These are all of their Instagrams. Definitely check them out. They are definitely going to be coming out with some more heat. The fact that they even sent me their stuff lets me know that they are trying to get better, and they will. They 100% will. So thank you again, guys. Great work. Keep it up. That's really all from me. I will see you guys in another video once I figure out what that will be. But other than that, you already know what it is. Film on. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next video.